Today we have Adrienne. She's from Tulsa, Oklahoma, correct?
Yes.
Well, how long have you been in the business?
So I got my license in 2020. I was in healthcare and I was on maternity leave actually, and thought there's just got to be something else out there. And so I got my license on a whim, continued with healthcare for about a year and a half. So did it part time, and realized if I really wanted to make this work, then I needed to go all in. So went all in about 2 weeks before my second daughter's birthday.
Good
So
time.
I made
Oh,
a great time.
birthday. I thought you were like 2 weeks before my second daughter was born. I was like, oh,
Well,
my.
no, her actual birthday. Yeah, two
Oh,
weeks
so it
before she was
was
born.
great
Yes.
timing.
So May of 2023, I just decided to go all in and haven't looked back. So it's been great.
Well, that's very courageous because by May of 23, the market had softened quite a bit.
Yes, I know. I heard I entered at a terrible time, but it's been great. I mean, I feel like it gave me a good chance to really learn the industry well and right, and how to do it, and gave me breathing room. And so I've got good fundamentals behind me, and I feel like has really served me when my business has picked up. I know how to do it the correct way, and serve my clients the best. So I feel like I was actually entered at a good time.
I would say a lot of your classmates, your people who got in 2020 and 2021 had a false
Right.
impression of what the real estate market or real estate industry really is
Right.
because it was pretty bananas there for a couple of years, and then all.
Well, yeah, I bought my personal home in 2021. And so I was on kind of the consumer side of it. And it was, we got to do inspections. It wasn't a multiple offer situation, but we bought it off market, and bought it for over asking, nothing crazy over asking.
Yeah.
But yeah, experienced that from a consumer's perspective. And so I think I took that situation and I learned a lot, of how I want my career to go and how I want, to handle my clients. So
So tell me about Tulsa. Like how big is Tulsa? Because I'm not real familiar with
yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, so we are sitting at about 1 million, including kind of the suburbs, the direct suburbs around us. So we're a great size. I like to think that we are a big city in terms of that population. Obviously, a smaller big city, but we've also got that small town feel. So Tulsa's very much broken up. You've got like Midtown, you've got South Tulsa, you've got Jinx, which is a suburb, and they kind of all function as separate towns. And so it's very much like you go to the grocery store in your part of town and you're going to run into people, which I think is such a fun experience. Just because, I don't know, it's fun to see people. Sometimes you want to go to the grocery store and not see anybody, I guess, if you're not wearing makeup or whatever, but you're always going to know someone or know someone that knows someone. And so it has that very small town feel to it. But we're still big enough. We've got a big venue that brings in a lot of big concerts and big names. We've got a lot of arts here. Lots and lots of philanthropy. It's actually a very, used to be the oil capital of the world, actually, before Houston. And so there's a lot of oil money, which is, kind of turned
Yep.
to a lot of philanthropic things happening here. And so there's really cool things that they're doing. We just had, actually a park that was built about 6 years ago that rivals, parks that you have to pay to get into it. It's all free,
Oh, that's awesome.
completely donated. It's actually won like the US, I don't even know that, I'm like gonna butcher the awards, but
It's
best park in
one of the
America.
ones.
Yes, better than Central Park, all of that. So we're lucky that we have that kind of in our backyard
It
as well.
sounds a lot like our area. I mean, we're just at
Yeah.
1 million. So I would assume, so here in Des Moines, we have Des Moines and then we have suburbs around it. And
Okay.
like my market is all of it, right? I don't
Yeah.
just focus on one spot. We sell everything.
Right.
Is that similar? Like you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely where you grew up or where you live, or, there's people that specialize in areas. Like I grew up, live in Midtown Tulsa. So I'm going to know that better. And that kind of I don't know if this is how Des Moines works, but that's very much a micro market
Hmm.
within the whole Tulsa
Yep.
market. It's going to
Exactly.
function very differently than like a South Tulsa
Yep.
micro market. So I'm familiar and I know and I sell all of those, but I am,
Yep.
most comfortable with that Midtown market. Is
That's
that
ex-
similar?
It's exactly the way it is here.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, I didn't really grow up, but I graduated from Ankeny, which is a northern suburb, about
Hmm.
75,000 people. But you go out west, you go out east. Altoona is a town out to the east. You got Waukee, Clive. That's the place that's really growing
Yeah.
is out west. So I'm very familiar there because I'm there all the time. But
Hmm.
my hub is in Ankeny. I say probably 50% of my business is here. The other
Yeah.
50% is the surrounding area.
Yeah.
But
Dispersed.
plenty. I mean, I do plenty of business over there to know it well enough. And
Yeah. Do you feel like your suburbs are more new construction or how does it work in Des Moines?
yeah, the suburbs are definitely the new construction because as you
Okay.
expand out, you're getting to the bare ground, right? Like that's just what it is.
I
So,
feel like that's just the plain states,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
if you've got land, then you're developing it and doing that new
There's
construction.
very little. I know, like in Denver, they had areas in Denver where they would tear down and rebuild. Like
Mhm.
that you don't see hardly any of that here in Des Moines. It's all new
Okay.
constructions on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Very little ground on the inside gets developed. There are little chunks here and there,
Hmm.
but usually those are only, like you got a cul-de-sac that gets developed out that somebody
Yeah.
had in their family forever and finally sold.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very, very similar there. So when you got into the business, it was
Hmm.
crazy. You were working two jobs. You decided to go
Yes.
all in. I tell
Yeah.
agents that, or not agents, I tell people who they want to get into the business and they're like, hey, I really want to get into real estate. I say, you know what? You can dabble in it, but if you really, really want to make this happen, you have to figure out a way to go as full time as possible and make that
Right.
other job your part-time job.
Right. No, absolutely.
And it took you a year to figure that out, a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's scary. Was in a career that I went to undergrad for and then graduate school. So we're talking 6 years of school.
Hmm.
And it was hard to kind of let that go. One, from a standpoint of like, okay, I know I'm working X amount of hours, I'm getting paid X amount of money. Like it's very comfortable as far as income that's coming in. And so you have to look at it and just say, okay, I'm willing to risk it. And I have since, made more than I was making in that healthcare career, but it's scary, the unknown, right? Of like not that consistent paycheck. But I felt like I just wasn't really able to learn the craft really well until I was fully absorbing it because,
Yeah.
I was working this job 3 days a week and then I was trying to do real estate 2 days a week. Well, realistically, you can't be like, okay, well, I'll get back to you on Tuesday when I'm not working, at the hospital. No client, one, deserves that kind of service or wants that kind of service. I also joined a real estate team at that time. I just felt like I needed that kind of support
Yep.
around me.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys are our teams popular in Des Moines
I think the entire industry has moved towards teams.
towards teams, and I think it's a great thing. I didn't know much about teams when I got into real estate, but it operates almost like a small brokerage.
Yep.
And the team really helped me learn the industry. They helped me do it right. You kind of have that like colleague environment around you where you can ask the stupid questions
Yep.
and not feel like you're bothering your broker or anything like that. Since then, we've gotten into coaching with Tom Ferry, which has been great.
Awesome.
And then we've branched off, and actually, our team leads created their own brokerage about 9 months ago. And so, kind of brought that mentality with them. And it's more of that boutique brokerage
Yep.
that isn't as popular, but it's getting more popularity, I feel like. Just because the bigger brokerages, I feel like they're successful, but you can only do so much. You kind of ceiling out with what you're able to offer your agents and what you're able to offer your clients. And we really pride ourselves on offering this like concierge type service to them, and that's what they deserve. And so I think just joining a team and joining individuals that have had success, have been in the industry, and even if they're not within the same micro market that necessarily I am. They have that understanding and those relationships that I'm able to kind of utilize and have, I think, really helped me be successful with it. So, do you have a team? You kind of mentioned everybody's moving
Yeah.
in
So
direction.
like I've been in the business for 20 years and you have the old school teams prior to like 2019, the old school teams where you have your team lead, you have a buyer's rep, you have other people, and
Right.
it's like you order them what to do.
Yeah.
You have the new age team. So once the brokerages came, like the especially the cloud-based brokerages, the
Yeah.
LPT, the EXP, Real, those
Yeah.
brokerages came, and it was like, okay, we're offering you so much more of your commission. It
Hmm.
became like, okay, I'm going to develop a team here, but this team is going to be to develop the agents to be successful rather
Yeah.
than to keep those agents down so they work for me the whole time. And so like you have this team over here, which is what you said, like a mini brokerage, and then you
Hmm.
have your traditional teams that are the I'm on top, every
Right.
deal goes underneath me. You guys are my minions. And I was never on board with that. I feel like
Yeah.
the goal is to have agents underneath you that love being around you and
Right.
that want to succeed. And the hardest part about starting a team is like, hey, I'm going to train this person. We're going to teach them to be successful. And then once they get successful, they're going to leave me.
Right.
And so that's where I think some of those cloud-based brokerages really win because it's the downline, the agents that you recruit underneath you.
Yeah.
With those, and I'm with Remax, but like with those, I feel like you can recruit onto your team and promote them so they go off on their own. But if they go off on their own, you still have them
So,
as a
right.
part of your business.
Yeah.
The boutique, we see a few of those pop up around here, not as
Mhm.
many. I think that the scary part about that, and your team lead that did this is like, I applaud them, is the
Yeah.
overhead to all the, you got to get all the documents, you got to have compliance, you got to do all this and that, insurance, visa spot. Like that's a really scary thing to do.
Right. Well, and then you have to focus on growth, which it's
Yep.
like they kind of pride themselves on recruiting only full-time agents, people that fit the culture, different things like that. And how do you vet that when you're sitting here trying
Yeah.
I think they've done a really good job.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part on that is the longevity, like
Right.
always doing that and keeping that same culture as things grow. So like if you get some momentum, now all of a sudden you're to 20 to 50 to 60 to 100 agents, then it's like, okay,
Right.
how do I keep that? It becomes brokerages, in my experience, has been a numbers game. Like
Right.
you have to get as many agents. So by your boutique, they're like, okay, we're not just getting anybody. Most
Mhm.
brokerages take as many people as they can. They try and keep as many. They know they're going to lose some, so they're always recruiting to keep those
Right.
numbers up. And it's a whole nother job. Like I don't
Yeah.
being a broker and running a boutique and running just a brokerage is I think almost I don't want to say impossible because it's possible, but you just can't produce and do that at the same time because
Yeah.
recruiting part is a full-time gig.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then your numbers will dwindle and you will fall apart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it takes a lot of bravery to do that. So you're with someone who's obviously very, very strong.
Yeah. It's three of them. So they are working diligently, and I think I don't know when they sleep. So
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely. You got the work, you got the workforce, the recruiter, you got the person running the books, and you got the person running compliance.
Yeah. The
That's
broker.
three of
Yeah.
them
I
right
know.
there. My name is Tim Scheib. I sell real estate in the Des Moines metro, that is central Iowa. If you're wondering if today is a good time to buy or sell real estate, DM me, email me, call me. I would love to have a conversation with you to see if today is in fact a good time for you to get into the real estate market. It may not be, but I will be honest and upfront with you. And if it is, let's get after it. I look forward to hearing from you. So, but so
Yeah.
now you focus like I saw on your bio, you said first time home buyers. Is that the majority of your clients? Or are you starting to do more of the move up buyers?
Yeah, I think majority of mine are going to be your move up buyers. I do have a handful of investors that I work with, not people that have huge like investment portfolios, but people that are just like, I want a couple of rentals. And then I deal a lot with sellers, primarily people that are selling, whether to move or, what the situation, selling investment properties, different things like that. And so I do work with, I would say probably about 25%. It's going to be first time home
Yeah.
buyers. But yeah, I am in a stage in my life where it's like, okay, we've moved out of our starter home. We're in our second home. And so I feel like that's where a lot of my
Yep.
network is.
Yep.
And where I get a lot of my business is my personal network. I'm not a door knocker. I'm not a, someone who's going to hit the phones really hard. And I commend people that do that. That's just not
Yep.
where I am in my life or my business. So I get a lot of referrals just from my personal network. And so that's just where a lot of the business comes from is those move up buyers and those investments.
Yeah, I mean the whole concept of you attract people like yourself is
Yeah.
that's a very common thing. Like
Yeah.
if you're always crazy and you're always running around and running ragged, then you're
Right.
probably going to get the same type of clients. That's just crazy. It might
Don't tell me that because I feel like I'm running ragged a lot.
well, you are a real estate agent. Like that's a
I
the
am with two
misconception.
young children.
The
So
hardest thing about real estate, and I go through this with my coach all the time, is getting rid of the distractions and staying focused on trying to prospect and staying focused
yeah.
so hard because you're constantly getting hit with, oh, I need this or I need this, and I need like
Right.
my house, I need someone to go check on my house, or somebody said this is leaking over at this house. It's like who else is going to do it but me, right? So I
Right.
feel like I'm always like running this way, and how
Yes.
can I focus and time block? Now you hear time block all the time. I got a
I
time block
know.
for
You sound
this.
like my broker.
But then you end up like someone calls and they need something. Is that just a distraction? Can you push that off? I don't
I
know.
know.
Like some things I just can't. I like to service my clients, so I guess
Yeah.
you just continue to run ragged, but also try and fit in the prospecting part so you can stay ahead.
Yeah. My broker, she has a saying about time block, and it's, oh, I'm going to butcher it, but it's something like if you like take it, replace it. It's a rhyme. That didn't rhyme, I know, but it's something like that. So if you take it off, that's fine. You
You,
can take that time block off, but you need to find a spot to replace it somewhere else
yep,
in
and
your
that's
schedule.
exactly what I'm working on right now is trying to figure
Mhm.
out the calendar thing because I've been in it for 20 years and
Yeah.
calendars have never been my thing. And so
Yeah.
like
Well, it's hard. I mean,
that
it's
is
just
my
life
focus.
happens.
And I
I,
suppose I never wanted to do that because I never wanted to fail. And I knew if I put something on my calendar that wasn't an
Mhm.
absolute like must, like a closing, right?
Right.
I'm going to end up putting something else in that place. And
Hmm.
my previous coach who's retired now, he's like, hey, if you have prospecting from 9 to 11 and you
Yeah.
have a closing from 9 to 11, that's okay. Just bump that to 1 to 2. Like
Right.
just move it. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, but I immediately feel like I failed if I don't, like I get frustrated. Oh, you want to meet
Yeah.
tomorrow at 9? I have prospecting. What's more important?
Yeah.
Working with a first time client and getting them, to buy a house or
Mhm.
prospecting for a hope. You take the one that's there,
Right. You kind
right?
of take the like sure thing.
So I'm working on that, trying to
Yeah.
switch, replace, right?
Who do you feel like majority of your kind of clients are? Do you feel like they are
I
like
don't know.
first-time home
Like
buyers, or can you really pinpoint?
I can't, I mean, I would just say it's just like a 100% mix. I mean,
Yeah. Which is great.
home
I mean,
buyers
that's,
have gone down only because first time home buyers aren't as common. But
yeah.
I have people I've sold houses to are like, hey, my kid's going to buy a house. Can you help them? We really want you to help them. So a lot
Hmm.
of my first time home buyers are, people that mean something to me. I met them when they were kids or, they're friends of mine's kids or my friends' kids or whatever the
Right.
case may be.
You've got a relationship.
Very little of it's just, hey, I just want to buy a home for the first time.
Hmm.
I mean, every once in a while you get that, but in our market, like we have 3,500 agents and 4,000 listings. So it's like getting a first time home buyer is really hard.
Hmm.
That isn't a referral because they all know 3 or 4 agents. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows 3 or 4 agents. And why are they going to choose you?
Right.
And the number one reason they would choose you is if you stay in front of the person to the point
Yeah.
that they always remember you when they want to refer somebody,
Yeah.
which, you know,
How do you feel like you stay in front of people the best?
that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
That's that 9 to 11 prospecting time that gets
Mhm.
bumped all the time.
Yeah. Are you like picking up the phone and just saying, hey, we haven't
I,
spoken in a
I
while, or
shoot a
what?
lot of text messages because I hate to annoy people. And my coach says you're not going to annoy anybody. And it's true. Like I started calling every once in a while, I'll make a call, and they're
Mhm.
always happy to hear from you. Your past clients, your sphere, people you know.
Yeah.
But I also just send messages. Sometimes I do a video message. It's kind of corny, but hey,
The
whatever.
video messages, okay, I haven't done it, but everybody says it's like so successful. I don't know why I don't do it,
You just
but
pick it up and just say what you want to say in text and send it.
yeah, yeah, I know. Sounds easy enough, right?
Yeah, right. Just like picking up the phone and calling an expired. You just pick it up and call them.
Exactly. What's the worst they're going to tell you to
Right.
do?
Well,
Go kick
so
rocks.
one of my main ways of doing that is through social media. So we can talk, I think you reached out specifically about social media.
Yeah,
That has been easier for me than picking the phone up and calling people.
I
Um,
agree. Yeah, I think
I,
that's a great way to connect with people, and we're lucky that we kind of have that as a
yeah.
lead pillar.
I had an agent in town who actually a broker in town send me a message and he was looking up all my numbers, right? He was like, "Hey, you started doing this. I've been doing a video every day since January 1st of 2023. So
Hmm.
it's been a long time. I haven't missed a day." And he's like, "Hey, you've been doing this streak and I see your numbers are going down consistently. Do you think that maybe you could spend your time somewhere other than doing a video every day?" And I said to him, I was like, "Well, maybe my numbers would be even worse if I wasn't doing that." And I started thinking about it and looking back at it and going through my client list. I'm like, you know what? Most of my clients who refer business to me follow my social media. I don't talk to them very often. But since I'm constantly in front of them with my videos and with my, social media, they continue to send referrals to me.
Right.
And so I was like, well, 50% of my deals have come from people who follow me on my social media.
Hmm.
Now, would they refer them to me if I wasn't as active? Probably not,
Right.
unless I was calling them, every other week, which might annoy them, and they may not, they may not want to, right?
But
So,
I mean, you can kind of hit more people on social media than what would it take you to call all those people, those
right,
50 people?
right, right, and that's, I talk with people quite a bit about the number of views, and they're like,
Yeah.
"I'm only getting a couple hundred views." It's like you go into an auditorium and put 200 people, and then
Yeah.
tell me that's not very many.
Or try to call 200 people. It's going to
Right.
take you a week.
Right. So I love it. I mean, I enjoy getting on camera and doing videos.
Yeah.
I'm lucky because that kind of came natural to me. It never really bothered me. But I do know that, there's a lot of people who they have to have a perfect post or they're not going to post it. Well, it just
Yeah.
doesn't happen that way. You just won't ever
Exactly.
post.
Yeah.
Where do you
I,
sit?
you what? Say that one more time.
Where do you sit with doing all those?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was really uncomfortable, but that's just kind of the market that we're in and the world that we are in. I mean, at the end of the day, like we have to market ourselves and have to market our business, and social media is one of the ways that we're able to do that. I think that since I've started doing videos and putting my face out there and posting a lot, that I have watched my business grow. And yes, that may be from other sources as well. But I do think it has a correlation to how much I'm posting on social media and what I'm posting and how I'm coming off. I've started posting kind of, they're not super consistent in like every week, but it's about like every 2 or 3 weeks. I'm posting with a lender partner that I have, and we've gotten a lot of really positive feedback, direct deals that have come from those videos, and they're just short clips about random things, how the market is, a random loan program that she's kind of running, different things like that. And I think it's a way to get the information out there without one, a lot of time. I mean, you're
Mhm.
just
Yep.
recording. And then two, a lot of views, even if it's only 50, even if it's
Yeah.
only, 500, whatever. You're getting people to see that probably wouldn't have heard from you otherwise. Now, in combination, I mean, you need to be doing the email marketing,
Yeah.
you need to be doing other things as well. But I just think social media is such a no-brainer.
And then when you get someone who says, "I saw your video the other day."
Yeah.
How's that make you feel? Like,
Oh, it makes you feel great. Or like, hey, you've been like killing it on Instagram, you know? You're like, okay, I felt stupid when I first started this, but it's clearly working. So,
I was at a football game on Friday night and a gal like just was walking by, stopped. She's like, I follow you on TikTok. It's nice to put a face with a name. And she shook my hand and I was like, thank you. It's just so
yeah.
random because like you don't expect that, right? Like,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. You don't know who you're reaching on social media.
No idea. Yeah.
And I do a once a week I do a video where I update like I'm trying to sell 100 homes in a year. I've been doing it for
Yeah.
3 years now, and it's like I know I'm not going to hit 100. I mean, I don't know, but I'm looking at my board. I got 41 currently closed, and we're well past half the year.
Right. We're hitting Q4.
Right. So but I'm not going to quit doing that because
Right.
every
Yeah.
time I've thought about it, I have someone say, "You going to reach your goal?" And they know I'm
Yeah.
not going to, but they're just saying, "Hey, I watched that video. I like it. Keep doing it."
Right.
So
Yeah.
and I had someone who specifically bought a house from me because they wanted to be on my board.
I love that.
Yeah. And most of those people that ask me that don't like the post. They don't like any of my posts, but they're
Right. Like
watching it.
physically like it. Yeah.
But they're watching it. So,
Right. They're consuming it for sure. I
yeah.
do lots of kind of local stuff. I just think that one, the city that we live in, we want people to like the city, right? We want
Yeah.
people to want to move here or like where they live. And so there's benefit to that. But you're also, I mean, if you lift someone else's business up, they're most likely gonna want to lift your business up and say your name in a room. And so I have found that one, those videos are really fun to create. Two, it's awesome to get to highlight someone else that's local and trying to do the entrepreneurial thing within the city and make our city better and a fun place to live. And then three, I think they're just fun for people to consume, which at the end of the day, social media is people go there to be entertained, right?
Yeah.
They want it to be fun. And so I think
And you just get to meet new people too.
exactly right.
You call up a business and you go in and you talk to them for a few minutes and they may never buy a house from you. They may actually have another real estate agent that they're best friends with, but you get to meet new people and you get to do new things. And I mean, you never know when that agent retires or gets out of the business. You might be their next call.
Right.
You just
Exactly.
never know. So, what platforms do you focus on? Instagram, you've said once.
I think Instagram's my main one. I do Facebook, mostly just to hit my parents' friends. And then that's it. I don't have TikTok. I don't do any of that stuff. You mentioned TikTok though.
Yeah.
Enlighten me with that.
TikTok, for the longest time, has the absolute best algorithm. Like if
Yeah.
you're on TikTok, it hones in exactly on what you like and what you want to consume.
Hmm.
And I've had a lot of success with TikTok. Actually, it was at 2019. I said to my kids, I've always watched what my kids did. And at the time I had teenagers in high school and
Yeah.
they were obsessed with TikTok. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure this out because in 8 years from now, 10 years from now, them and all their friends are going to be buyers.
Right.
And everybody that age is going to be buyers. So I remember 2019, I was like, I'm going to get on TikTok. And they were like, no, dad. I'm like, nope, I'm going to do it. And then I was
I'm
like,
coming for you.
I'm going to go viral before you guys. Right. And I think it was like I don't know, the seventh or eighth video. I went
Yeah.
to bed and woke up the next morning with 10,000 followers and 700,000 views. And so like from
If you
that,
got that on Instagram, you would be like, what's happening?
right. And that's the way it was on TikTok. It was just like crazy. And so that was when I was like, okay, this is a real thing. And
Right.
that algorithm is so strong that um, you think you're just going to get kids dancing and that crap. But the minute you swipe out of it two times, three times, they don't ever show back up.
Yeah.
And so like I like to hunt. I grew up on a farm. My video that went viral was about buying a farm. And from that point on, I was getting farms. I was getting this. I was getting real estate. I was getting sports, everything that I wanted. Right.
Right.
And I just grew a community in there that had the same values as me. They wanted to know a little bit. I got a ton of real estate agent friends on TikTok, like a ton. And that grew really quick. And I actually met a guy. His name's Todd Collins. He's a marketing guy, right? And he was doing a live on TikTok every single night. And I kept seeing it when I'm laying in bed. I go to bed at 9. He was always on there live. So I
Yeah.
DM'd him. I'm like, hey man, I'm doing this behind the sign, which is what we're doing right here. And I asked if he'd be on it. He DM'd me right back. He's like, yeah, man, absolutely. And from that point on, we've been good friends. And I call him, we have a call once a week. We have a mastermind we're on together.
That's
And
awesome.
I've learned a lot, but from that, and Tom Ferry, there was a challenge of doing a video every day for a year. And I'm like, I can do that. So doing that, like I posted on TikTok and Instagram, and
Yeah.
there was one meme I didn't have a video yet. So I made this meme. I thought it was kind of funny. It was the end of the year
Hmm.
and I posted it on Instagram. Well,
Yeah.
I did a football video. I took a clip that ref made a bad call and I was like, what? On Instagram, that was like running wild. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's got 17 million views. I'm like, holy, and it got retweeted by like one of the NFL things, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy smokes, I didn't expect that. Well, that died down and I had no idea that meme was going crazy. Like it got all the way to 100 million views. And I
Geez.
ended up growing my Instagram to like 24,000 followers, which
Yeah.
being honest, it's not a good thing because now I've got 15,000 followers that don't engage in my stuff and it doesn't look
There
real.
aren't in your market
Yeah,
necessarily.
and they don't yeah, so it actually stunts my growth on Instagram at this point, but it looks like I bought a bunch of leads, but I didn't. I've got the
Like
proof
the
right
real
there.
life fair.
But the reason I brought that up is like the consistency, right?
Yeah.
I have to post every single day a video. You don't feel like it every day, and it's the video you don't expect to take off that takes off.
Oh yeah.
And so I've got multiple million viewed on TikTok and Instagram, and it's only because you don't get there if you don't take the shot.
Yeah.
And taking the
Absolutely.
shot is that post every single day. So
Right.
the consistency matters. Now, there's two different schools of thought. Like, hey, do I make the perfect video, put out better quality but less content, or do I
Mhm.
just put out the content and what sticks sticks?
Right.
So I also post all those to YouTube.
Yeah.
And when I started posting all those shorts over to YouTube, my YouTube grew from 360. I had 360 followers. I want to say in 2022, and I had been doing videos since 2012. Like I've been doing YouTube for a long time, and it could just
Yeah.
never grow. I started posting shorts. Now I've got 3,400 followers on YouTube.
Jeez. I've heard that is like the golden ticket. And
YouTube is a tough one.
yeah, but I've heard so many people talk about it and that you can run ads and it's the way that they charge you is like so smart and you're getting in front of all these people and it's run on like YouTube TV and all of that. And it's just an unkind of tapped market from a real estate perspective. What's kind of your thought on that? Do you feel like,
So I have never run any ads on YouTube because I can't figure them out.
okay.
Because you have to go
Well,
through
that was my thing. I went on YouTube and I'm like, this seems complicated. And then I
you have to
got
go through
distracted.
Google and like all this crazy stuff. And I don't know,
Yeah.
like you do the click through, like it's that little ad that pops up for the first 4 minutes or first 4 seconds. And then if they
Yeah.
watch it, then you have to get
Then
charged
you have
for
to
it.
pay,
Right.
but right.
So if you want to troll somebody, you just go on and watch all their videos. So,
You have to pay.
right. But I would say that um, look at what kids, how old are your kids?
2 and 5.
Okay. Your 5-year old, do they have an iPad or anything like that?
She has like a tablet that we use on road trips. That's it.
When they are like 8 or 9, and
Mhm.
maybe even right now on YouTube, they watch shorts. All
Yeah.
the
Oh,
kids,
she's not allowed on YouTube.
so the kids have transitioned into YouTube Shorts because
Yeah.
we as parents will let kids on YouTube before we'll let them on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
And so kids will watch YouTube Shorts nonstop. They just sit there. Well, that's going to be I mean, honestly, I would focus
Yeah.
on YouTube as much as you focus on Instagram. And it's
Yeah.
not that difficult. You just post the same videos over to YouTube.
Right.
Long form is a really hard one to get traction on. Talk about your 100 views or 60 view videos, but long form also is more localized. So like
Okay.
if you focus on your local stuff and you do
Yeah.
a 5 minute video and you put it on YouTube and it's, are you moving to Tulsa? These are the greatest things about Tulsa, 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 Tulsa. Someone
Yeah.
searching for Tulsa will find you.
That like SOP. Yeah.
Yes. And it's just a matter of staying consistent and posting, you know, shorts. I think shorts are important, but also long form that is hyper local. My name is Tim Scheib. I sell real estate in the Des Moines metro, that is central Iowa. If you're wondering if today is a good time to buy or sell real estate, DM me, email me, call me. I would love to have a conversation with you to see if today is in fact a good time for you to get into the real estate market. It may not be, but I will be honest and upfront with you. And if it is, let's get after it. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.
And
Well, then there's
I'm working on that.
on the long form one.
The hyper local. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It totally does. But at the end of the day, you're like, I've got so much time. Okay. How
Yep.
much time do
Time
I
block. Just time block.
just have more hours in the day?
I know, right? That is the hardest part about it. Now, I'm
Yeah.
fortunate. In 26 years ago, I hired a full-time videographer.
Okay.
And so
That's
he does all my long form. I mean, most of
okay.
my
And
short
he
form,
edits everything for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Most of my short form is me, but
Yeah.
I do enough listings that
It makes
not
sense.
paying professional photographer to take pictures and do video pays for it to have him here. So
Yeah.
like I would spend more money outsourcing it to someone else.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, and he does a phenomenal job. I mean,
Yeah.
I about end of every video I say, make that one good because I did terrible. And then at the end, I'm like, good job. You made that video good. So, but that's a commitment too. I mean, hiring somebody and even paying someone to edit and shoot a video for you is tough.
Right. There's just so many different things I feel like you can kind of what makes sense to outsource, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's just sitting down and figuring it out.
Have you been to you probably haven't been to a summit yet, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then
Yeah.
you walk
So I
away from
went to
there.
Dallas and then I went to the one last year.
So you were just at the last one.
Hmm.
So you walk away from that like, how many things do I need? It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I haven't even opened my workbook yet because I'm like, I need to still marinate a
Yeah.
little bit of this and I'll look through it next week.
And narrow it down to like, these are the things I'm going to focus on until once I conquer
Exactly.
these, then I'm going to jump into these and jump into these. So
Well, Jason, I think it was Jason Pantana's his AI talk. I was like, I'm not even taking notes because I'm gonna get overwhelmed if I'm trying to write all this stuff down. So I'm gonna just sit here and literally listen and then I'll watch it back.
yeah.
And that's when I'll take notes.
Yeah, the AI thing is, and Jason and Tom makes fun of him for it. That guy goes so fast because he knows so much and it's so on top of his brain that he can just literally spit stuff out.
Right.
It is a mountain to climb, especially if you're not super tech savvy.
But I mean, it's like you implement one thing, you're already going to probably see a difference in your business and how it's run. So I think you don't have to take all of it, right? And use
Right.
all of it and be perfect at all of it.
Yeah.
It's something that you can take just a small amount and do something. So,
Yeah. And like with AI, the more you
yeah.
practice with it, the more you pick up on it.
Yeah. Well, and the more it learns you, right? I
Yes.
mean,
And
which
you
is
just
kind of
gotta,
the scary thing, but
you learn how to prompt it, you learn how to do all that stuff. So like
yeah.
part of my goal every day is to just do a little bit of AI, learn it, understand it,
Yeah.
learn
You
new
time block for that. I need to put that in my time block for sure.
right, right.
Just learn it.
I did. So I wake up in the morning, I get my pre-workout drink. I have about an hour that before I work out, and that's usually my time where I'm going through my social media and I'm knocking all that out in the morning and I'm figuring everything out. That way
Yeah.
I don't waste my time during the day doing social media.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
that's my time where I taught AI about me and
Yeah.
I just hit record or I just hit the talk to it button and I told it my life story.
Yeah. And now it probably it like references things you don't even remember it telling it.
It does. It's like, hey, give me a schedule of things I need to do today. Dora's
Right.
assistant will be like, you can do this. Have Dora send out 3 emails. And I'm like, yeah, Dora, do that. So it is crazy. I mean, I don't think it can ever replace the human experience,
Right. Yeah.
but
But it can
it's
give
pretty
you back
close.
so much time.
It's pretty close. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy how much it can already do. And to think that it's only been 2 years that it's really been out, like really, really been out.
Yeah. I know. I don't know how we all operated without it before.
I know it's crazy. Well, what questions do you have? Like, what prompted you to reach out to me and say, "Hey, I would love to chat with you"?
I think one, I am just in a point in my career where I've seen success, but I just want to learn and I want to have as many conversations. I'm the type of person where it's like, put me in front of somebody. Like, I want to pick their brain. I want to talk with them. I want to see what worked for them. I want to see what didn't work for them. And just kind of have that connection with people, in different markets as well as within my own market. But two, I just think that it's important to know people in different parts of the country. People think of real estate and they think, oh, Adrienne can help me in Tulsa. Tim can help me in Des Moines. Well, no, Adrienne can also help connect me with somebody in Des Moines. And I think people don't know that and they don't maybe, I just think it's a lack of not knowing that. People
Yeah.
move to different cities all the time, and how do they find the real estate agent? They Google them or, different things. But it's like, if you have somebody that you know and trust, let's say in Tulsa, it's me. Well, I most likely have somebody that I know or know someone who knows someone in
Mhm.
that market. And so I think just making and forming those connections, I mean, real estate's a connection business, right? But
Yep.
it's connections with other agents as well, is super important. So,
Yep. One of my things was after I got back, I made, okay, these are the things I want to try and do daily. And one of them is reach out to 5 agents per day. And so
yeah.
when you messaged me on Instagram, I
You're like,
shot
great, that's one of my five.
I shot back. I'm like, hey, why don't we just jump on a Zoom? Why not?
Yeah.
We can have a conversation and we could, make some shorts out of it and make a long
Yeah.
form video out of it. And if we can put some nuggets out there that will help some newer agents or
Right.
maybe get some agent who's nervous about reaching out to people to talk to them, reach out,
Mhm.
form
Right.
relations as well. So,
And I just think it's you only think about the agents in your own town, but there's real estate agents all over. And even if the market's completely different from yours, I think Des Moines and Tulsa probably have a lot of similarities,
very
but
simple.
let's say LA, let's say New York, we're still going to find something that I can help that agent with, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Just because at the end of the day, real estate's really similar, whether it's a $5 million house or a $250,000 house.
Yeah.
And so I think you can find connection and growth opportunities in all of that.
And I think it can be a really lonely world in real estate because even though you might be in the same brokerage in the same office, you still compete against one another.
Right.
And so, like, we can be friends. I got friends who are real estate agents, absolutely. But it is nice to be able to have people in other parts of the country who aren't a threat, right? That you
Yeah.
can actually bounce ideas off of and talk to and gather information. So, any new agent that's watching, don't be afraid to reach out to agents.
Right.
It is
We
very
should do
valuable.
like a Tom Ferry mastermind of
Right.
like agents all over every Wednesday or something at 9 a.m. You hop on and just problem solve.
Yep, and that's one of the I know like I jumped on one with Real once, and they have
Yeah.
that like they have little masterminds all across the
Like
country
national.
of their
That's awesome.
their groups. So I'm on a mastermind. Are you on any masterminds at all?
No, I'm
They are
not.
so nice. I'm on one that only has like one other real estate agent in it.
Oh, okay. That's
It has
interesting.
yeah, it has like someone on Broadway. We got a DJ. We got a woodworker. We have a
Okay.
lender, another real estate agent. It's like all these
Yeah.
but we're bouncing ideas on social media off one
Yeah.
another. And just because it, worked in woodworking doesn't mean a similar concept
Right. You can
work in real estate.
And that's where AI can also come into play.
Absolutely.
Make this video, rework it for me.
How can I do this and make it real estate related? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't know. If you're not in one, you should try and find one that you can get in,
Yeah.
or maybe we start one.
Let's do it.
Time block it.
Time block it.
Time
Yeah.
block it. Isn't that awesome? Right? One more thing. But
Yeah.
no, that and leaving Summit, that was, Tom says only, what do you say, like 5% you will actually implement or 1%. And it's true because you get back and there's like so much on your plate.
Overwhelmed.
And then it's
Yeah.
like all this new stuff. Like, how do I actually do this?
Yeah. Well, and like, what is the enemy of like being productive? It's being overwhelmed, right? And so
Yeah.
you're so overwhelmed. You're like, I need to do everything like everybody there is doing, and I need to do it perfectly. Okay, well, now I'm paralyzed by
Yeah.
not knowing where to start. And so I think it's our broker, maybe it was our coach who said, pick three things.
Yeah.
And that's what you take away from Summit. And that is okay. That is all you're going to take away because realistically, that's what you can implement.
Yeah, I think Tom said that. He's like, now what are the most important three things that you can go
Right.
back and you can change today? I
Yeah.
know the one thing I took extremely to heart was if you want to reach your goals, you have to change your identity. And
I
my
missed that part because that just kind of hit me.
and my identity is very like I'm a very serious person. I'm a very like go 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 person, and
Yeah.
the one thing I don't do is I don't smile. I don't like open myself up. And
I
so
think they're opposites.
so when you said time, when you messaged me, timing was everything. That was part of it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know
Yeah.
what? I can do this. Like, why don't we just jump on a video? So it was
Yeah.
100% timing on that one. Caught me at the right time where I was trying to like get this thing going and trying to be happier and more like, because you wonder as a real estate agent, you have to be able to go out and network, right? Well,
Right.
I don't go out and network. I've got 5 kids. My wife, like that is my life outside of
Right.
work. So like I don't jump out and go to the Chamber of Commerce meeting and go to the
Yeah.
golf outings. And I mean, I play in 2 golf outings a year, maybe. And I'm, so
Your social butter or your battery's drained.
yes. So, but I love people. And when I go
Yeah.
work with buyers and sellers, I enjoy those conversations and they always go well. I'm just not out in public. And that's one of the things that I got to change my identity if I want to reach my goals. So that's part of it. That's
Yeah.
part of it, right?
Yes.
There's a lot to learn. There's a
There is.
lot to do. It's like trying to hone in on exactly what to do that makes you happy. That's the other thing he said. You got to know, I think Tim Grover might have said it. You have to find out what excites you and then
Tim Grover's entire conversation was amazing. Okay, also, I'm taking you with me because I realize my computer is about to die. So we're
that's
going
fine.
to walk about
That's fine.
to grab my charger.
Speaking of walkabout, did you see the person fall off the stage during Tim's speech?
No,
So
I
you,
saw those people get on there, but
so
then he fell.
yeah, so I was able to go up on that stage and in the back of it, it dropped off like 4 feet and there was about a 3 foot gap between the stage and the screen. And all those people, so when Tim said, I'm been told that everybody's got to get off the stage
Yeah.
because someone went down behind it and EMS was back there with him the entire speech.
Are they okay?
I don't know. We never heard anything about it.
Oh my gosh. You're like, I'd like to follow up about the person.
I want to text Tom and ask him, but I also don't want to text Tom and ask him.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was so abrupt. I saw all those people, and then he was like, okay, people got to get off. I'm like, something happened, or there's
Yeah,
like
he goes, I'm seeing on my screen that everybody's got to get off the stage. And I was sitting right up front. And so
yeah,
I could see everybody kind of turn around and he kind of turned around, but he never looked that direction. So I don't think he even knew until he got done.
probably. Yeah. They probably didn't want to, I don't know, alarm him.
But he's a machine, right? Like that guy, he did that to show everybody that he can stay focused,
Yeah.
chaos around him.
His whole like heartbeat
Yep.
line, and I'm not going to remember it perfectly, but that you only have so many heartbeats and you have no idea how many you have left. And so, like, are you going to waste them? Who are you going to give a heartbeat to?
Yeah.
That was like super moving
And then
for sure.
that goes along with that. You didn't lose your confidence. Someone took it from you.
Yeah.
Don't let people take your confidence. And it's so true.
Well, and just the people that he worked with, it's like, okay, if these individuals trusted him, like he's probably got something good to say.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him at Elite Retreat 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I was extremely impressed. And I had already listened to the book because I don't read. I listened. I listened to the book Relentless that he had, and it was really good. And then he has a new book called Winning, and I listened to that before we went down there. So a lot of the stuff was similar to what he says in those two books, but
Yeah.
his delivery is very strong. And you got to be like, I'm that kind of person. Like I said, I'm like the person. And
Yeah.
he had so many one liners that were great. Like I
Mhm.
walked out of there with a list of one liners that were just like, I'm going to read these every single day because they are super motivating.
That's awesome.
But he also
We,
did say, if I have to motivate you, you're already losing. Like you have to motivate yourself. Like you
you're
can't.
like, okay, well,
Dang it.
like, well, I'm going to start with you motivating me, and then
Yeah.
maybe I'll move to myself. I
Yeah.
know there's a guy who's in our brokerage who was super bummed. He had to leave early, so he didn't get to see him. And so I took like some videos for him, but I'm excited when we get the recording to play it. I feel like he's just going to eat
Yeah.
that up.
Yeah. He was so good. And Josh Altman was surprisingly amazing.
He was
He
hilarious.
was. He was.
So funny.
I really appreciated his take the shot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's such a simple thing, but
It is. And he's like, I mean, it was kind of I feel like the theme was I kind of looked like a dork or I looked like
yep.
a loser, like,
Hmm.
but I still won. Like, it's okay to embarrass yourself a little bit. It's
Yeah.
okay to mess up. But you're still going to win some of
Yeah.
that time. And
Yeah.
it's so true. I think that, especially with the social media world, like, people are afraid, oh, I'm going to come off like people are going to make fun of me from high school, or people are going to think I sound stupid, or like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm annoying people, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, just show up. Like, there's people that are going to appreciate that, and there's people that are going to take what you said and internalize it, or think that, oh, I've got so and so that I need to refer to them, or I'm going to use them for my next house. So I think that it was a
I
really
say this often, and it relates exactly to that. I see videos that I think are cringe, that I'm like, ooh, ugh. But at the end of the day, I look at that video and I correct myself and I say, at least they did it. At least
yeah,
they tried. And there are some people that will like that video. So
yeah.
just because I don't like it, that doesn't matter.
Oh, right,
Like I may not like a video and 100 other people might love it. So
yeah,
my opinion doesn't matter to the person
right.
posting.
And I think that style definitely attracts who you want to attract,
Yeah.
right? If you're
Mhm.
showing up authentically,
Yep.
then you are going to attract people that are like you and that you're probably going to work the best with throughout a transaction. Yeah, I see that with people that are within our brokerage. A lot of us have very different ways that we show up on social media, and it works for all of us, you know?
It's
If I
okay.
tried to do something that somebody else did, I would look like unauthentic.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely. Well, I want to be mindful of a time block.
yes.
So tell me what is the one thing that you want to accomplish for the remainder of the year?
Hmm. What's
Tough
one
question.
thing? I know it is. I think that I really need to work on systems. I say that like, I've got my SOP as far as like, okay, new listing, a new buyer, but I want to kind of take what Jason said and all of that AI. I think I can just make it better.
Mhm.
And that we all know, Q4 can be a little bit slower. Take this time that's got a little bit of some downtime and really perfect that so that next year I can utilize it to my benefit, and just really make it a much better year as far as systems go.
So I can tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm going to ruin that idea because Q4, with rates finally coming down for the first time in
Okay.
3 years,
Hey,
Q4 can be very busy.
let's ruin it.
So
Ruin the plan.
you got like a week before you get those systems ready to go. So that all this business that comes piling in can get.
Hey, I'm not turning it away. My systems are great. I just think there's always room for improvement,
You can
right?
always dial in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yep. We'll stay in touch. And
Okay.
yeah, look for shoot me your email. So
Well,
you already gave it to me, but I want to make sure I have the right one so
have
that
the right
I
one.
send you some of these clips and
Okay.
we'll do it again sometime. All right.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks, Tim.
You bet. Take care.
Bye.
Well, that was a very fun and organic conversation. If you want to see more conversations like that between real estate agents across the country, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.